We are back, America. Segment 3. IDD, redoubtable, questionable, all things New England Patriots. Holy shit. I don't care how they did it, because that's all the donkeys out there and dickheads, the Falcons and the masses of the world. Oh, you didn't have a proper search. You should have brought in 9 guys. They brought in 2 African Americans over the weekend, Leftwich and some other guy. Okay, they had 2 phone interviews.
People were mad about
They
that.
interviewed 5 guys and not 9. Oh no! But then you know what's funny about that? These are the same dickheads that at the end of the day went, yeah, well, they got the right guy. So because it didn't take them 9 to figure that out, you're gonna give them shit for that? Like that's utter stupidity. If you know, like it's.
But I mean,
you keep having interviews if you haven't found your guy yet. That's why you keep having interviews. You haven't found that person yet. Okay. But once you find him, you don't have another interview. You stop the interview process.
I think that's really patronizing to say you should have had more minority candidates in there. What?
They had 2.
No, but my thing is like, why? So they can get told no to as well? They were going to pick this guy.
Everybody knows.
So you're saying, in situations like that, it makes it really tough because who wants to do that interview knowing you're not getting the job?
Let's put it this way. Every expert, every NFL expert, black, white, Hispanic, whoever, all said the same thing. Mike Vrabel was the number 1 candidate on the market.
Yeah.
All of them said it. So that the Patriots got him, and it took. My question is, why did it take you 5? Like, did you need 4 other ones? No, they had to do the Rooney Rule, and they had to do it, and I get it. But I'm like, really? They knew. Everybody knew that he was their target.
Yeah, to me it seems more patronizing to say, even though you know who you're going to get.
Yeah, like you think the 4 guys that did the interview didn't know that they were not. It was him. It was up to Vrabel. Like they were only in the game if he says no.
I mean the thing that it does do though, it does force you to have a certain number of interviews, and I think that's a good thing because
I have no problem with that.
Because sometimes somebody who you think wasn't maybe your top candidate, you meet with them and you go, you know what, this fucking person's pretty good.
I have no problem with that, with the exception of when there's a consensus. There was a consensus.
And then it's like you're just going through the motions to bring people
like I just said, everyone in front of a microphone that covers this game said he was the number 1 candidate out there. So if the Patriots have him in the building and he says yes, what's the point of having another interview? What if he was the first guy? like they made it. They structured it this way on purpose because Vrabel's been sitting around doing nothing. But they also had to finish the season, and they fired Mayo within a half hour, an hour, whatever it was of the game. But the point is that from the second they did that, everybody knew why. So who gives a fuck?
On many levels,
no one thinks it was the wrong move.
But on many levels, I like the rule.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm just saying this is to me where the rule doesn't apply. Because there's a consensus who the number 1 guy is out there, and he was in their building, and he wanted to go there, and they wanted him.
But the fact is, whether it was a little going through the motions or more of a display, they did follow the rules.
They did.
So, I think.
But saying they should have had 9 interviews as opposed to 5, like fuck you. This is Felger and Mass. Well, you could have had this and that and built some more goodwill because fuck the goodwill. You know why the Patriots had bad will, Felger? Because they were winning for 20 fucking years. When you win for 20 fucking years, Felger, you're going to have some bad will. You can talk about Spygate and Deflategate and all the big farces that those 2 fucking things were all you want. Okay? Because other teams were doing it. Okay? Other teams were openly admitting it. Like Aaron Rodgers saying, I like the ball at 16. There was no fucking investigation there, though. Like, give me a fucking break with this crap. Okay? They did business as business was done. Okay?
Take off, Sam.
And you know why they built up? You know why they built up real animosity? Because when you took those things away, the Pats kept winning anyway. Which is where the real animosity comes in. Because then these donkeys had to look in the mirror and go, "Oh, it wasn't why they were beating us. They were just bitter." And that's where the animosity came from, Felger. Okay, so because winning does that. Okay, you could talk about Robert Kraft but no. No, winning is the biggest reason for the animosity. And they didn't have to have 9 interviews to build that back up. Okay? You want to talk about them firing Mayor after 1 year and the minority thing? Okay. I understand that. That's on them because they should have never put that in the contract to hire him because he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. At the end of the day, he wasn't ready, and no one disagrees with that either.
You're talking about the succession plan with Gerard Mayo?
Yeah, they should have never put that in his contract. And by the way, Belichick was never on board with it, so he didn't prepare Mayo.
I wonder what it would be like right now if Gerard Mayo was the D coordinator. Oh, jeez. Is Gerard Mayo a good D coordinator?
He was there.
Penalty.
That's a penalty.
They
He
gave
gave up
it to him.
his
He ran for like
he
15
slid.
yards.
Once
and
the quarterback is in a slide, you can't hit him.
You got to try to pull your forearms up.
You gotta.
That was a 30-yard play.
Either dive over him and miss him completely.
Dude, Darnold took off and had some nice footwork.
Yeah.
30-yard play.
So, but anyway, this thing about 5 interviews versus 9 is a load of shit. Now, the one problem is, and again, I don't think it's going to be a problem either. I think this goes back to following protocol. Because the big stink out of New England, you've heard me say it, is Elliott Wolf, and why is this man still in the building?
The GM.
Yeah, the acting GM. And Vrabel brought his name up several times today in the press conference, hinting strongly that they will collaborate. And Teddy Bruschi broke this down perfectly, and I'm surprised Felger and Maz went there because Teddy Bruschi knows Mike Vrabel better than anybody. So for him to sit there and say, yeah, he's going to collaborate to a point, but then the final say will be Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel has had tons of coaching options. He's not going to bow down to Elliott Wolf. Okay.
What has Elliott Wolf done?
Nothing. He's been on something. He's been around. He's been in the Pack organization. He's got a resume, but he's never been the guy.
Okay.
And
how many years has he been with the Pats?
Belichick brought him in, so he was there for a while, like probably 5-6 years at least. But they've had 10 years. They had 10 years of bad drafts.
I know. That's all those personnel decisions.
Yeah. So why they had I told you guys the stat that they were the first franchise to go 10 seasons where none of their draft picks got to a second contract for 10 seasons.
And how many Pro Bowls?
Only 3. One was a kicker, one was a punter, and the other was Mac Jones, who he destroyed right in front of the world, which cost him his job.
That's tough to do.
It's very tough to do. Your ego has to be that big.
Oh, man.
Your ego has to be that fucking big.
Yeah,
when someone ever asks me that question, what's the biggest ego you've ever seen? It's Bill Belichick, 10 times out of 10. Push Brady, told Robert Kraft, tried to tell Robert Kraft Brady was done. Really. Okay. Then he drafts N'Keal Harry. Then he thinks he can bring in 2 donkeys, the definition of donkey, Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, who, by the way, the only job they have right now, I don't even know where they are. Okay, because they're no one's hired them at any level whatsoever. No one that desires to keep their job anyway. So those 2 destroyed a Pro Bowl quarterback because they did. Okay, so Bill Belichick's ego is the biggest thing on this planet, unless for maybe Donald Trump and Elon Musk are in that. That's the clubhouse he's in terms of egos. Damn, that looked like it hurt. That looked like it hurt.
I hate when they fall on their back like that.
Yeah, he got hurt. He's not getting up.
That could be concussion.
Yeah.
I hope it's not.
He's hell of an effort, but that's where you watch this. He
a
goes
little shimmy.
He goes up like, and then right. Look at right in the back.
That ball was just overthrown.
Look how he lands. Look how he lands. Damn.
And his head snapped.
Yeah, I mean that's a.
Dude, I wouldn't get up from that.
That's a hard fall.
This guy's back. This guy's on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, these guys are tough.
He's about to run a route again.
These guys are tough. I mean,
I couldn't do that.
No, most humans couldn't do that. Nice run there. Anyway, we're in the 4th quarter, 14:30 to go. So Mike Vrabel is the pick. Mike Vrabel was the pick. Mike Vrabel should be the pick. And again, he sounds more like they're getting back towards more of the Belichick way in terms of one man's going to be calling the shots. Good. I'd rather that than the collaboration.
So let me ask your feelings. How does it feel that your football organization now has its coach and its quarterback?
Well, here's the thing. And again, this isn't over, and we're going to find out a lot between now and April when the draft is who do they bring in for the offensive coordinator? He's got to hire his staff now. So
right now.
Let's see. No, he'll take his time. I mean, if you heard, Vrabel's not one. What I like about Vrabel is he will do his due diligence. He doesn't have one person in mind. Vrabel is a planner, which is the best kind of coach. Okay, he's got a plan. I have option A, I have option B, if option A, we're going to have. He's got a plan for all
X,
of
Y, and
this.
Z.
Yep, X, Y, and Z. And They're letting him bring in the guy he wanted to be GM at the Titans.
Stop
This to
running.
me is the biggest thing on why Felger and Maz need to cool their jets here. They are letting them bring in the guy, and I forget his name, but Vrabel wanted him as the GM in Tennessee, and they said no. And this was the beginning of the end. His name is Ryan Cowden. He is in the Giants organization, by the way. Ryan Cowden.
Oh, Ryan Cow.
Yep, he is the GM that Vrabel wanted in Tennessee, and they said no. They went another way.
Whose organization?
Tennessee. He's in the Giants one now, though, but
He's
leaving.
in the Giants?
He's leaving to come to New England.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a mistake. Oh, man.
No, it's not a mistake because I don't think he didn't have the call. It wasn't his call in New York. He's just one of the people that has an opinion.
How long's he been there?
Not long.
Okay.
Not long. So, yeah, because Vrabel wanted him in Tennessee 2 years ago. So he's only been there probably 2 years at the most. Okay. And Tennessee disagreed with Vrabel, brought in a guy who, by the way, they fired just the other day. They fired the GM that Vrabel disagreed with. So Vrabel's going to get him, and this is why I'm not so much worried about Elliott Wolf, because this is going to come down to a vote, and Wolf's going to lose his vote every time. Every time Vrabel and Wolf disagree, Vrabel's going to win, because this kid's going to vote for Vrabel. I can tell you that's how this collaboration is going to work. Okay? Trust me. They'll hear what he has to say, and if they disagree with it, it's going to be Vrabel's win.
So, in terms of on the leadership level, you're saying Vrabel's above this guy.
Way above this guy.
Darnold, no, that's on you.
Yeah, that's on Darnold.
That's on you, dude.
Yeah.
You hitched 10 times.
Vrabel is a proven winner. Vrabel took a team to the AFC Championship game with a quarterback named Ryan Tannehill. I've never seen Andy Reid take a quarterback like that and go anywhere, or Bill Belichick for that matter. So Vrabel did it, and he did it at a very young age. So he's never had a quarterback like Mac Jones, not even close. Okay, he knows it. He acknowledges it. That's the first thing. So the second thing is this: the Patriots have 9 picks in this draft, including 2 third-rounders because of the Judon trade.
Okay.
So they got 4 picks in the top, 100. Okay, that's huge. And they are sitting on 130 mil under the cap. Mike Vrabel is a name. He has built the cloud. He is going to get. I got you. The Patriots, when they went from 5-11 to 11-5 and won the Super Bowl. Yeah, some guy named Brady showed up, but they also turned that roster over there. They added 22 players. They got rid of 23 off the year before.
That was a shift.
So Vrabel was one of those guys that came in, by the way. Okay, so he was a part of that. So he's going to turn this roster over, big time, and he has the money and the draft picks to do it. So to me, that's very encouraging. They were a 4-win team last year. I'm telling you right now, if Drake May doesn't get hurt, they're going to win at least 8 games next year. I'll tell you that right now. Vrabel's going to win them at least 4 more. He will. Because if he was the coach this year, not Mayo, they'd have won 8. Okay, so they're going to win at least 8 next year. And if they get a couple of pieces like a left tackle and a receiver, watch out. And Vrabel will find those people. Because if he can't get them in the draft, he knows where they are in free agency. So I am very.
He's a treasure hunter?
He's a very good.
You're talking about Vrabel like he is the Don Juan DeMarco.
I saw what he did in Tennessee. By the way, the year after they went to the AFC title game, they were the number 1 seed the next year. And then Derrick Henry got hurt. And they let him go, and they traded away A.J. Brown against his wishes. That's what led to the downfall in Tennessee. So, but Vrabel can coach. Here's the thing. He can build a culture. There's going to be a culture. You know what he said today? I've never heard a coach say that. Probably because there aren't many coaches that walk into a job where the team has 6 Super Bowls. Because there's only 2 of those. So he said, we're going to take away the entitlement. And our players are going to earn the right to be here every single day. I have never heard a coach say that. I've never heard a coach say that. But when I heard that, I was like, oh.
It's pretty old school.
That was awesome. And he said it in a very, no, this is how it's going to be. He wasn't fire and brimstone. He goes, no, we're going to earn the right to be here. Okay, there's no more. These aren't the Patriots that I was a part of. You got to earn that. Those 6 championships don't belong to you. You had nothing to do with it. Okay, so that's what he was saying. If you want to build a legacy, you got to build your own. That right there is the culture he's going to establish, and that's what he was what he meant when he said that. And I loved it. I was like, oh my God. So I am very, very excited about this, Joel the Troll, and. The Patriots right now have the best coach in the division. They do.
Well, come on.
It's true.
But that's not hard in that division.
Well, there's a Buffalo team that's the number 2 seed right now, though.
Yeah, but that's also Mr. 9/11 himself.
So what? I'm saying. Coaching matters in the NFL. Coaching matters in the NFL.
Remember McDermott?
It does, more than any other sport.
I want you guys to communicate like the terrorists on 9/11.
Yeah, which...
Fucking guy. Yeah, so when you tell me your coach is smarter than him...
He's better. He's a better coach.
Well, if you're smarter, you're better.
But he would never... Vrabel would never be so stupid as to say something like that. But, I mean... what a dog.
Idiot.
That's a jackass statement.
Oh,
You're a jackass.
Then he came out and he's like, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah. But 45 guys took it that way. And other coaches.
And anyone who
heard the quote. We're all idiots.
How could you think I was saying that?
How could you think it one way?
I'm an American.
Hey, can 330 million people be wrong? I don't know.
Well, see, here's the thing. So I'm envious of where your franchise is right now because for my NFL franchise, I'm staring in the face of the same exact fucking thing.
I don't get for the life of me why the Giants
that's been going on for the last 3 years.
I don't get this at all. I don't get this at all.
It's hard to be excited about the future.
If you say to me, and you have actually said this, and it's fair,
what?
That Daboll never got to pick his guy. He got saddled with Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they're drafting third.
Okay. So you might not get to draft your guy.
He might not get to draft his guy again.
Imagine this. Imagine he doesn't get his guy.
Yeah, what's going to happen then?
So now we got to wait for him to get him next year.
What are you going to do? You go through another year of this shit? Like, this is what I don't get.
Here's the thing. If you are a coach and a GM, you have a plan. But if the plan doesn't go, right as you expected it to, you have to have a backup plan. You have to be able to maneuver around potholes and not go, we made a bad decision there, so now we sucked for the next decade.
I mean, take Neighbors out of it. How many drafts has this guy fucked up?
Jeez.
I mean, Neighbors was a can't miss. That was a no-brainer. So where do you give? I don't give him points for that. That was making the layup when no one's in the gym. Yeah. That's all that was. Like, you're not genius or going. Just look at the tape. Remember with your eyes going, yeah, that dude.
This past year was a decent draft. They got a running back that was pretty good, but that's after you gave up a unicorn of a running back.
Who's an MVP candidate.
So no matter what this kid is, nobody's going to look at him and go, good draft.
Yeah. You're not replacing Saquon Barkley.
I mean, how many misses on the offensive line have there
I'm saying
been?
this is what I don't get about the Giants. Like, what are you trying to do here? Like, if you want to say to me, again, because the coach hasn't had his guy, okay. And now, again, he's supposed to be some kind of quarterback whisperer, which I personally don't agree with, but whatever. It's hard for him to get that QB to do things when he's devoid of weapons. So what do you expect him to do? So at that point, you're not laying the blame at his feet. You're basically saying it's about personnel. Because if the personnel's not the problem, why is the coach still here? So he's still here because they believe it's not on him. It's because he doesn't have the personnel to win.
But here's where I disagree with that. Because you found a way to win your first year, and then your second year when things didn't go well.
Which tells you he can coach.
Right, but then your second year didn't go well and everything went to hell. Mm-hmm. So are you a front runner? Because, that first year felt like culture, but after the last two, felt like fool's gold because the culture hasn't been shit. And then this year, you try to prop up some phony culture story on that win in week 17, which cost us the number 1 pick in a draft and may have cost you the chance to draft your guy, which is, if we're moving forward with you, that's what we should be doing.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, man,
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what doesn't. What is the plan there?
Here's my question.
Running it back with that group makes no sense. None.
Here's my question to the Giants organization: is like, what am I supposed to be excited about?
Third pick.
Third pick. Okay, so
I don't know.
Maybe one of them doesn't pick Cam Ward, or we have to trade up to pick number 2 to prevent somebody else to trade, and now we got a mortgage.
Or
like,
are you trading something for the kid in Minnesota there who hasn't played in a year?
Exactly. I'm not excited about that either.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to lay out what your options are here. That's an option.
But I can't get excited about that.
I didn't say you
I
should.
would rather, to me, I'd rather they stay where they are. If Shador or Cam is there, you take him. If he's not there,
Who's in front of him?
Tennessee and Cleveland.
Wow.
They're both going quarterback. Here's the Giants' only hope to get Shador at this point. Look, Cam Ward is definitely going to be.
At that point, you're better off trading down.
Look, no.
Getting picks.
No. They suck at picking. You don't want more picks. I promise.
They have to.
You just make more wrong picks.
Well, if you're not going to get the quarterback,
then you go for, like you have said, the can't miss.
Yeah.
Although the other day you started to back off him, which is a little shocking.
It's not about his talent. I don't know if he's durable. That's what I'm concerned about. He's got a frame.
He's small.
He's got a fragile. He's not tall. He's like 6'1". He's not short.
Well, remember when the guy took a cheap shot and like lacerated his liver? Dudes in the NFL are going to hit you harder than that guy did.
I don't know
it was a
that
cheap shot,
he's going to be durable. If he plays both ways, which I wouldn't. Again, I said if I drafted that kid, he might play a nickel package. That's it, or dime. He's not playing on first and second down ever. There's no scenario. None.
Okay, so
that's me personally.
So,
but
here's my thing, RJ. The one thing I could potentially get excited about, and I won't be excited because Dable and Shane will still be here, but if they pick up some reclamation project like Justin Fields, okay, you were talking about him the other night to win this Baltimore game, and a guy on Twitter was talking about them trading for him.
I think he'd be a great
Or do you have
option.
to trade, or is he going to get cut?
I think his contract
is he done?
He's a free agent.
So you could probably
He's young.
You could probably get him
He's
not
got
too
experience.
expensive.
Yeah.
Right?
I think he'd be perfect.
And if Dable is truly that quarterback guy, who better than somebody who actually has a few years in the league?
See, to me, if I'm the Giants and I'm not entertaining that possibility, I need my head examined. Because what you can do is stay at 3, draft Travis Hunter, and then sign
he's your receiver.
And then sign him.
And he's your receiver.
And you've got him with those 2 receivers and this young running back you like so much.
And then look, you have the 3rd pick in the 2nd round.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
That's a high pick.
To me, that would be a great. If I'm the Giants, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
At this point, I think that's the only thing that would excite me.
I will say this: I know that Dayball is a better when it comes to quarterbacks. He's a better coach than anything Justin Fields had in Chicago and Pittsburgh. Because Mike Tomlin isn't a quarterbacks coach.
No.
Okay, he didn't develop it. Ben Roethlisberger was already made. Like he wasn't.
Well, Tomlin's defensive.
Yeah, you need Dayball is at least a quarterback. He's that. So if he gets his hands on Justin Fields and you give him another receiver, so now he's got 2 ones. Now you got something to work with.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Could be exciting.
To me, that would be, and again, the Giants aren't going to tip their hand on this because we don't know. We could look up this guy's contract and see what it is. But if that kid is a free agent and I'm the Giants, that's who I'm targeting. Because he's already been a starter in this league for 2 years.
People aren't going to throw big money at him, right?
I think the Giants should throw whatever they have to at him to get him. Because to me, he's more experienced than the 2 kids we're talking about. And the beauty of this is, again, you stay at 3 and you draft fucking Travis Hunter. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you've got him and Neighbors with this kid. You'd have something. I'm just saying you would. If Dayball's that dude, then let Dayball be Dayball. Let him, all right, we're going to get you Justin Fields. Yeah. And we're going to draft this guy. So you're going to have 2 ones in this awesome, this dual threat who's 24. Whatever it is. Dude, did you shit yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Holy Moses.
It does smell.
Woo! Somebody opened a sewer pipe.
So did you shit yourself?
Holy Jesus!
Absolutely.
Man, I have to throw that chair out.
It was a trophy, Lofi.
Holy Moses! That thing. I swear a cow just walked by and dropped a nut on my driveway. Holy shit balls!
There's a cow patty right there.
I was trying to talk around it. God damn!
Did you shit yourself?
Did you fucking? Oh my God! Oh. Sludge Falls. Listen, the point is,
Diarrhea Jones.
The point is, the Vikings are running out of time. It's 27-9. There's 7 minutes to go.
I'm calling it.
It's over.
7 minutes in the 4th.
Yeah. We're gonna take
They're down
off
18.
for the evening. We'll be back on Thursday night. Lawton will be in town to preview the Vikings and the Commanders
Loud dog.
and the rest of the divisional round plus Celtics, Knicks updates, and apparently Detroit Pistons were 21-19 now. Holy shit. Plus any NFL signings going on. Jets looking for a quarterback, coach rather, and all this other shit. But until then, we'll see in about 72 hours. We've got one high
Cowboys looking for a coach.
Cowboys looking for who in their right mind is going there? Fucking. We'll see you guys in about 72 hours.
It's so